Okay, so Training Cave updated, and this is gonna be me doing every single level 3 fight and the gold fights. This is more like a playthrough than a guide, just because I personally have not been able to really come up with teams that would be good for everyone. Like, because Training Cave is only every 5 days now, it's way less playtime that we have. But now the one thing is that they do let us just have a team ready. So I already beat this, like, first try, and these are the teams that I used to beat, so I'm gonna keep them in. But yeah, let me just do every single fight, and again, I'm gonna have to play this Training Cave like 3 or 4 more times before I'm able to really come up with like good strategies that most people would be able to use, or if someone on Twitter or something just comes up with an idea, it would be good as well. Now for this fight I used Escanor and DN. This was a strategy that I used for another fight first, before the update. And the idea is that you kill them with Escanor while DN takes the hits. That's pretty much the idea. Escanor works against every blue fight, but against this one was the one that I chose to use. And I also brought Elioni. In case I don't have DM tanking, Elioni will be the one tanking instead. So that's the idea. And also Elioni is a good unit. Like if let me do this. And let me move these Elioni cards right here. Boom. That's that's actually good damage. Elioni is actually going to do good damage right here. Look. 35k, that's pretty good. And I got both their ults. So that's the idea. And that was already a strategy for the last boss as well. I think it was against Gilla that I used this. The M tanks the hits, Escanor gets his ult, and we move on. This time actually, I'm gonna give the ult to Elioni, because he's actually, again, a pretty good unit as well. His multiplier of his ult is like 1,000, so 1,050. So his ultimate also hits pretty hard. Also, these will be in the order that I get, not order of typing. So for this fight, I actually used Slater. Now, the reason for it is because she only does these cool type of attacks. So this is a replacement for the... what's it called? Every fight is a little bit of a replacement to the previous one, actually. This is the one that used to be Kang, and she does pretty much the same thing that Kang does. So if you just bring a SR Slater, you're good to go. Just don't kill him, please. Again, if you just bring an SR Slater, that's pretty much it, because she can't attack here. Now, she'll be able to ult, which is unfortunate, but she can't attack. We can also bring Vivian. Is it Vivian her name? It could not be, but there's the other unit, the SR Red unit, that seals their ults. She's also very, very good. The thing is that, yeah, her ult doesn't do anything. She does, what's the name of this? Is, Corrosion, which, yeah, that's cool, but I have healing. That's why I bring Elizabeth. And the Halloween Meliodas is just fodder. He's just here for fodder. He can be any unit, really. You just gotta be careful of her combining both her poison and her, what's it called, her corrosion. If a unit of yours has both, they'll probably die. Like my Slater has both, and that's why I'm using healing, to counter the corrosion plus poison. That's her whole thing, is using both of them. And because she's attack sealed, she can't attack, and she can't get her ultimate anymore either. So that's pretty much it. I think the ult, nah, the ult might not kill. This Melio is 1/6. He was a Halloween unit. So he, oh, I forgot he his stuns. I should have waited and used his should have used his ult later. It's fine. Let me do this, this and this. Yeah. Again, SR Red Slater should be the one to beat this fight, just like he was for Kang, pretty much. The fight's not hard. You just need. I mean, if you don't have Slater, it's gonna be hard. I'm pretty damn sure it will. Like, Slater pretty much is the one putting the whole team together. The other two units I have here are fodder. I mean, Elizabeth is good because of her healing. Meliodas is definitely fodder. I got very unlucky. I didn't get a Slater card, but it's fine. I think I'll still be fine because I probably kill her. Meliodas has 100% chance to crit right there. Oh, it's just like 1% of her health. It's okay. Again, no Slater card. You can get unlucky, of course, but I'll be fine. That just applies corrosion. That doesn't do damage. That doesn't do like immediate damage or something. So that's pretty much it. I'm just forcefully clicking just to go through. And yeah, next fight. Alright, so this is my next team. And I'll explain as I go through. So this guy can be petrified. And that's the whole idea. This guy can be petrified. Oh, I didn't show who it is, but you see now. It's this guy. This guy can be petrified. So I use the Halberd to petrify him. That's pretty much the idea. And the other units are kind of fodder, sort of. This Elizabeth can seal, so combine the cards to seal him. He doesn't have too much health. This is one of the easiest fights, honestly. She sealed him, so he'll be only be able to attack once. Yep. And Halberd, whenever the guy has full ult gauge, he'll take it off as well. Again, this is one of the easiest fights, but even in one of the easiest fights, you can get a little bit of trouble, maybe. But as you can see, he already has half of his health, and I have Elizabeth's ult. These are 2 SRs. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. The fight is pretty hard, pretty easy. Mostly the difficult fights are the ones that that are red, if the enemy is red. But I've seen that in this time around, the most difficult ones are blue, which is interesting. So this should be it. Yep. I said I was going to record the gold fights, but that's unnecessary. Actually, I want to show that in the gold fights, you can actually see who you're fighting. So right here, I see that I'm fighting the red team, which is good to know, because then I use blue units. The one thing, though, is that I wish I knew what were the units that are in teams, because I don't recall. I don't recall what are the units that are in some of these teams. So maybe I want to use Ruby and Meliodas, but am I using him on another team? I don't know. So that's something I wish I knew, but I guess I'll just make up my team and go. Okay, so the next fight, this one is actually pretty slow. You can change Ban, this is fodder. You can change Ban for like Elihawk instead of using the other fight. I feel like it would be maybe even better. But this is the team I'm using. He can be frozen, that's why I use Merlin. I think it's better than to use what's it called? Halberd, that's why. And every time, you gotta know, every time you apply a debuff to him, he will heal. So you gotta avoid doing that. You gotta avoid applying debuffs to him. So what actually I recommend doing is saving your cards. So let me do this. Oh, I'm stupid. Let me attack first. Do this and then this. Save the ults and then use the ults later. That's the best thing. Freeze, I guess, counts as a debuff? I don't know. I don't think it does. I mean, he does heal, but not that much. Let me do this. And just move Bond cards, because Bond's gonna get his ult. Bond's ult hits pretty hard. That's why I'm actually bringing him. One of the reasons why. Okay, freeze again. I'm gonna get Merlin's ult. I prefer getting everyone's ult at once. That means that I can just kill him one turn instead. But again, with the Elihawk strategy, you can keep freezing him and using Elihawk, and Elihawk will continuously keep getting stronger, right? So let me do this. Make this. So he will have to attack Gowther, and that was a decent amount of damage as well. So I got everyone's ult. I'm just gonna pump it out, do everyone's ult at the same time. This is gonna do no damage to him. 1.5k, yeah, nothing. Because Gowther's patience is so goddamn high, plus he has damage reduction. And this should be a kill right here. Yeah. That's the strategy I use. Just stall a little bit, get everyone's ult, and then just pump it out all at once. Okay, so this dragon. So here's the situation. You can't freeze him. So that's gonna be your best bet. Actually, because he's so easy, I'm gonna take off Merlin. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take off Merlin and put Gila. But that could be Merlin. Like, the team doesn't need to be too good. You just need Gustav, because you can freeze him. This strategy can actually be switched by the one I'm gonna use against Hendrickson, which is counters. But here's the thing. The first attack from this dragon does so much damage. The whole thing with this dragon is that he does, here's what he does, right? He has a passive that he does triple damage if the enemy, he's a card, right? Does triple damage if the enemy has debuffs. And the first card he uses applies Ignite. So if he applies Ignite and then does triple damage to you, that's a lot of damage. You can see the order of his cards, right? Ignite, attack, Ignite. So you can't let him attack you. That's why the freeze. So if you use counter Meliodas against him, counter Meliodas will die. Even at level 80, he will die. That's why I actually switched from using counter Meliodas here and using against Hendrickson. I thought it was a better idea. And that's why I'm using King. So King will be the whole thing putting the team together. No, not really. The whole thing putting the team together is Gustav. I just got unlucky and then get a Gustav card. If you keep getting unlucky, you can keep trying. So long as you get Gustav's card to keep freezing him, you'll be okay. He doesn't have too much health. Reason being is because he hits hard. If he attacks Gila again, you'll see. Yep, you see how much damage he did to Gila? He does so much damage. Like, he does triple damage against debuffed characters. So if you keep freezing him, right, you keep just doing chip damage until he's dead. And because he has not too much health, he will not take too long to die. So that's pretty much the strategy for this one I use. Alright, so the next one is against this demon. And for this one, Galland is the boy. Just because this demon actually applies an effect that makes you take more damage. And you don't want that to happen. And Galland's Galland game, I think is the name of his passive, makes so the enemy cannot apply debuffs. So boom, now the enemy cannot apply any debuffs. And the best thing for now for me to do is to get Galland's ultimate, so let me combine these cards. And Galland's ultimate is on the way. You can't take off his ult gauge, by the way, with Lilia. I bring her just for her healing. And yep, cannot debuff. And he does that twice per turn, so that's okay. Sometimes he does twice per turn, not this time. I guess he's not gonna do it twice per turn because I'm using Galland. I don't know. Let me heal, and I might as well just attack. He's not gonna do much, but might as well. Now with Galland's ultimate, I'll do some good damage, but most of all, I'll get my my Galland just boosted up. Yep, doesn't affect. Boom. And boom. Alright. Wait, does his buff remove? Does his ultimate removes? Let me check. Cause no, okay. Because I'm having PTSD from when Helbram did that, so it's good to know. Again, Galland is the man for this, just because he makes so he just cannot apply his buff thing. All right, the heal. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. He will heal 50% of his health every time you ult him. So the only ult you want to do is Galland's. You don't want to use Ellie Hawks. I was really hoping for Ellie Hawks level 2. I'm gonna have to wait. I need to wait for Ellie Hawks level 2. Just because I want everyone to get the extra hardening or whatever the name of the thing is. I think it's hardening. I don't know. No, never mind. Never mind. It's fine. Could I kill him? I guess I have to. I have to. Yeah, the hardest bosses are definitely the red ones, just like it was. They just made the bosses harder with this new update. I'm not a fan of this update, by the way. This new training cave update was not very good, in my opinion. Alright, so this is the other red giant. Again, the red fights are the most difficult ones, and this is the team I took. Essentially just got the ult. That's pretty much it. That's Slater, and I mean Slater is pretty good. If you have Slater more than 1/6 as well, especially because Slater is a coin shop unit, you can get him 6/6 pretty easily. And the other character is a fodder. It can be any character, literally any character. But Elizabeth cannot be switched. Elizabeth, if you don't know what she does, when she dies, she gives 3 ults. Is it 3? I think it is. She gives 3 ult level to everyone, so that's why she's here. And this ultimate that she's gonna do right now, seals the deal. That's an AoE ultimate that doesn't do too much damage. I mean, it does a lot of damage, but it's gonna kill Elizabeth, and the other characters are gonna fully heal and get their ults. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I get my ults and it's done. And Jericho in the back is just because Jericho increases the attack of all blue allies by 10%. But that's pretty much it. So boom, 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 and he should be dead, if not dead, almost dead. Yeah, Slater, minus 1/6. So unless I crit, I don't just do too much damage with his ult, but his ult is still a decent ult. It could be anyone, I just pick Slater because it's one of my worst units actually. So it just shows how it's not hard, you just need blue Elizabeth. Alright, so the next fight is against the guy that killed Hellbrim. And this is the team I'm rocking. Actually, I want to change Gowther and put him here. Gowther is really good for this because he actually attacks seals. And if I'm not mistaken, can King petrify him? I don't recall. I should. I should know. But it's gonna be alright. So, Von is also really good because he does have a pretty good attack. Does he apply corrosion? I guess he does. So he is gonna attack you. What's his name? I don't know. But yeah, now he can't use his 2 attacks that he had there, and he doesn't cleanse after a turn, so he just won't be able to use it. And that's pretty much the use I have for Gowther right there. Again, Gowther is only doing that really, just not for anything else. If I had another Gowther card, that would be perfect, but I don't. Can I petrify him? I don't recall. I'm gonna do this, and let me do level 3 petrify. Because even if I can't, at least level 2 petrify does some good damage. Let's see. Consideration! I can't. Alright, so King is here just for healing. I'm trying to remember why I used it, because like, that was 5 days ago. Oh, don't kill. He's really strong, yeah. You wanna get other Gowther cards. Very unfortunate, I only got the 1 Gowther card in the beginning and didn't get another one. Alright, so let me do this. I don't need to heal because Bon was the only one that took damage, and Bon's gonna fully heal right now, so he has lifesteal. He'll be alright. This fight is not as hard as the giants. Like the giant, the previous one, the second one. The thing with him is that because of the Ellie strategy, I don't have any issues with him. But the other one, I can see people having major issues with that one. So this is pretty much. Let me heal. Let me do this, and this should be it. Gowther, if I did get lucky and get a card for him in the second turn, he would have not even died. Like, he's probably the carrier for this one, the blue Gowther, for sure, for sure. Alright, so the last fight is against Hendrickson. Before, I actually had Galland, but let me change that for Merlin. This one, I actually, because I'm here, I might as well do the counter Meliodas strategy. Since I'm already here, might as well. Because the counter Meliodas strategy is like great. It's fantastic. And I think I don't even need Elizabeth for it. The only reason I bring Elizabeth is so she tanks a little bit of the hits while like, I build up the Meliodas counter. While I get like Meliodas to like get a level 2, 3, whatever. And very nice. And also why I'll attack with Meliodas. But because it's AoE, just like that, it's not that big of an issue. I can build up him taking damage as well while I wait. Let me do my Meliodas attack. And I go, please. Let me attack with Elizabeth as well. I couldn't heal with Elizabeth because she's health sealed anyways. I mean, both of them are. So it wouldn't make a difference. He's gonna ult Elizabeth. Boom. Next turn, I already should use Meliodas' counter. Ooh, it does a lot of damage. So long as he doesn't do one card like that again, I'll be okay. If he doesn't attack me like that, I'll be alright. Let me see. Darknet. Yeah, as I said, I was alright. Maybe you want to bring one extra. Meliodas, the counter works for this, but not as well as it used to work for Gowther. Because Gowther had way less health. Man, these rewards are ass. Honestly, this update for the training cave is not good. Like, legitimately, they just lowered our rewards because this was the same reward you would get if you played every 3 days. Now you get the same reward every 5 days. That just not a good update. I'm actually pretty upset about this because I looked forward to every 3 days playing training cave. Training cave is one of my favorite activities in the game. Them just lowering how many times I can play it is just sad. But that's pretty much every fight. But for this counter Meliodas, I would recommend maybe getting another unit here. The one good thing about just using 2 units is because the gold fight's going to be easier. If I'm not mistaken, the gold fight is the last fight you fought. Like, let me check, because I think after this update, that's what it is, because the other 2 fights I just fought were the last fight. I think it's going to be, yeah, that's the last fight. So if you know it's going to be the last fight, maybe you want to lower 1 unit in your team just so it's easier. I don't know. But yeah, thoughts on the update again. I hope they either improve the rewards again to make it like better and make it like fair, because that's pretty unfair. They just literally are giving the same rewards, but you can do less times. And the purple gems as well. The purple gems, you're getting the same amount. So I don't know. I hope they revert the update or make it better. They probably will. I trust this game, but still. Thank you guys for watching.